G'day everybody, it's Johnny Seville from Acorn Wealth. It is the 29th of September 2014 and here's some succulent stocks to fill your bowl with some tasty trades. And well, enough alliteration, let's get to it. S&P 500. We talked about these key support levels as the market came down last week, and you can see we've caught that barrage of support coming in from the moving average, the Fibonacci retracements, and of course the previous trend line. So we've had a little bounce here. Where to from here? We could see a period of oscillation, of course ahead of next week being the first full week of trading for October. The key day to watch is, of course, Wednesday, which will be the first trading day, the 1st of October, and whether we go higher or lower than that range should set the tone for the rest of the month. So, let's have a quick look at some of the other factors feeding into this. We've also got the Dow Jones World Index, or the Dow Jones Global Index. You can see that it's also coming down to some key support, which is the 200-day moving average here, and we're just spotting along and bouncing off that now. Now that's previously been key support, so we could expect to see that come in again. And of course we've got horizontal support coming in from this previous aggressive bounce back here in August. So let's have a look at some speculative longs here to begin with. I've got three that caught my attention. The first one is Neon, N-E-O-N. It's had a big drop. It's a low price one, more of a speculative stock. It does have some good volume though. It's about as much as 1 million recently. Shares traded down to about 567,000 today, and it's just curling round. Now it is kind of early days for this one, but there is some factors that go some technical strength. If you see, the stochastic has just turned around, and it's got the potential of kind of punching up here towards this 250 level from 220, and you probably get a bit of a pullback then to the moving average and a possible run. I'm looking up into this 280 range, so we can look at that downtrend line you see coming in here. That's going to be where it's going to experience its real resistance if it's able to tack on. Now, something that you would, the reason that made my eyebrows raise is if you have a look at the insider action, you'll see there's actually been across the board some decent insider buying from various people over these last couple of weeks. So there's the first one. The second one, CONN, CONNs. This has been something that has been on our radar many times, as something that's come up in our screen. Now this has a quite a decent appeal. This is a kind of a fallen angel type stock, and again, or a bump and run. So if you look at this, we've got this previous down channel. We've dropped straight through that from 45 down to 28, so big drop. It's curling around now, and this could be actually quite decent as well. You can see we've got divergence on the stochastic, sharp, shallow, a double bottom here. It's peaked through the moving average resistance, and the 20 and the 9 now are sitting nicely beneath. So you've got support coming in basically at 29.42 as well as 29.11. So any kind of pullback to that moving average could offer a possible entry point, and if this runs, it could at least tack on a rally up into this 33 area, so at least a 10% push. But longer term, if that momentum sustains, looking all the way up to kind of that $40 area, which is where you see the horizontal resistance as well as the trend line resistance coming to meet. So I'd be looking at a rally up into that 38.50 price, which is quite a nice run. Now, supporting that, of course, is CONN. We look at the insiders, and you'll see that there's a very long string of buying, all from basically the same LCG Holdings is one of the 10% owners, and they've been loading up, and I think it summed up to maybe about $15+ million of buying. And so that's obviously very encouraging. You can look at that on Insider Cow if you want to learn more. But quite a lot of insider buying, all from that party, all through last week. Now, they have a 46% or something close to that short float, so any kind of rally could also create an aggressive short squeeze. So CONN's got a couple of things going for it to make it interesting. And finally, ASTM. On the another long watch, this has got a very similar kind of appearance, that sharp Shallow stochastic, exactly what you're looking for. Divergent as well, lower price, higher bottoms. That's a great sign from a stochastic read. We've breached through the moving averages, and this again a lower price stock but good volume. So liquid, and this could get a nice little punch at least up to 320, which would be 10%, and on from that probably a pullback to the support, offering a second potential entry point after the first rally, and then longer term could see it up into that 340, 350 zone. So ASTM is also something on the long watch. Now, on the short side, to throw one out there for your watch list, HNT, a little bit like the one like PCRX, the one we published last week, the pharmaceutical company. HNT, also in healthcare, and it's just been plopping along here, along this support level at 45.60, and it's threatening to breach. If you look at the smart money, you'll see that is actually been dropping off quite sharply. So there's divergence there, and so this could see a drop from the 45 area down to the 42 would be the first stopping point, I believe. Now that's supported if you're looking for that extra je ne sais quoi, HNT. There you go. There's all your selling. So fairly aggressive selling from a lot of different people all around this same period, and in sizable quantities too. So just go have a quick look through there. You can see this is basically across the board, and generally in a healthcare stock, which have been doing well, that's pretty broad selling across the board. So HNT, possible option play, but a drop potential here down to this 42 area. That's the executive summary for today. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel to continue receiving the free updates, and if you're not a member, consider taking a trial of the service to get these daily. Take care and good evening.